and today I'm going to be doing the 12 Days of Drawing Challenge. Now, the 12 Days of Drawing Challenge was set up by another YouTuber named Minty Sketchbook. You may have noticed that I've mentioned her before on this channel on my contest entry for Ella Blue Creates' Ella Blue 100 DTIYS contest, and that was because Ella Blue Creates also took part in the challenge, and I really wanted to do this challenge. I was really excited, but the thing is that December was a busy month for me, and I wasn't sure if I would be able to take 12 days and record on those 12 days and be able to get a video done before the end of December. So what I decided to do was do all the prompts at once, because we can't dedicate 12 days to do it. Why not just dedicate one? So here you can see that I already finished doing day 1, which was mistletoe. So I just had a girl setting up mistletoe. And I know mistletoe can be red, but I was more used to the white fake variety of mistletoe, so I just had her setting up white mistletoe, probably plastic, but oh well, still works. And then I also decided to do a lot of prompts at once, as you can see. So I did day 2, gift, and then day 4, which is bells, day 9, which is lights, and day 11, which is tree. So I just had them all in one quarter. Oh, and I forgot to mention I also did day 8, which is reindeer. So I had a bunch of ornaments and lights on the tree, and had some gifts already under it, just to have everything really cohesive and really work well together. And then I started moving on to the bottom right corner. And here I was going to do day 3, which is warm, day 6, which is excited, day 5, which is gingerbread, and day 3, which is warm. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already. And I also wanted to do day 12, which is cold, but I wanted to do that over the entirety of the piece. And you may notice that there's a little bit of an issue there. Warm and cold are kind of polar opposites. Yeah, so trying to have a bunch of things that are supposed to take place on separate days and trying to do them all in one day kind of leads to some contradiction a little bit. So what I was thinking of doing was, there were 2 main ones that I wanted to have throughout the entirety of the piece, which was day 10, which is cozy, and day 12, which is cold. So I wanted to have those sort of as I guess feelings in the background, and then I wanted to have warm in only one section, so that way it would be less like it's a direct contradiction, and more like it's only in one section, but the cold is the rest of the sections of the piece. So I was going to have gingerbread coming out of the oven, and the guy was taking it out, and you could see the gingerbread was warm and all that. So you can notice that over there it's kind of warm because of the gingerbread, and everywhere else is kind of cold because everyone's wearing sweaters and that sort of thing. And it's kind of the cozy feeling because it's the holidays, And also you may have noticed that I drew a reindeer plushie, some lights, and also a window. The window I was going to use for the night prompt, which is day 7. And that I was just going to have also help with the cold prompt, because if it's night outside, it's probably very, very cold. The reindeer was just there because I wanted to have the reindeer prompt more than just one ornament. So I had a reindeer plushie with some bells on its collar, and I also had another gift and some lights because I wanted to do the lights prompt more, and I felt like there wasn't enough on the bottom left corner. So here I'm just lining everything in. I used my really big chisel nib brush marker thing. So basically I used my very big chisel marker to fill in everything that was more background objects, and then use my Sharpies and my microns for things that are more in the foreground and things that you'd more want to notice. And also, if you see my computer in the background, that's because I was listening to music while drawing. I don't know, I just really like listening to music while drawing. It's really nice. So here you can just see me bringing in my bear eraser and just erasing all of the pencil that was left behind before going in with the coloring. And the coloring I did more based off of what marker I was using more than what prompt. And I did the prompts more with the sketching than with the actual coloring, because I felt like it was easier to go in order with the sketching more than it would be with the coloring and the line art. So here you can kind of see me going in with the reindeer plushie, and the reindeer plushie I felt like I could add more details than the ornament because the ornament is really, really tiny. While the reindeer plushie is kind of more in the foreground. So I added some white to the bottom near the hooves, and then I just had everything else to be more of a brownish color. Because I was looking at references of reindeer, and a lot of reindeer have a lot of white patches of fur. So I wanted to include that somewhere, because like I didn't want it to be like unrecognizable that it's a reindeer, but I also wanted to include the white because I wanted it to be like an actual reindeer. So yeah. And here I was trying to do the lights, and the lights I wanted to have be yellow or like a whitish yellow because that's typically what lights look like, right? And I was trying to take what I learned from my 4-marker challenge video, and the thing is that the pink in the 4-marker challenge video was way darker than the yellow I actually used, so it was kind of hard to see where I used my white gel pen on the lights, but oh well. And now I'm just coloring in the stepladder and the mistletoe, and that was really fun. And I spent a lot of time in the top left corner because, well, there was a lot of details over there, and I wanted to make sure I did them all. So there was a lot of blue and red ornaments, and then I kept the blue and red going by using the gifts in those same colors. So I colored them red and blue as well. And I also started filling in the present on the right side, and I also started filling in the skin tones and the hair for both of the characters on the right side. So I also decided to give the girl who was for the excited prompt mittens, because I also wanted to keep that like cold and cozy feeling going as well. So I gave her mittens, but I didn't give the other two mittens, so that's why her hands are pink, because they're mittens. So, moving on, I decided to color in the gingerbread with the gingerbread color, and I tried to use some white gel pen for those, but I don't think it showed up on camera, so oh well. Oh, and here's where I'm starting to fill in the background, and it started to go okay at first. Like, the night turned out really well, actually. Like, that I'm really glad about that. That was really nice. But the counter and the wall weren't as great because some of my markers started drying out when I was working on that. But so here you can start to notice that my brown marker was holding up, so that was good. But then when I started working on the counter, the gray marker, you can see there's a lot of speckling there. Thankfully, it's a counter, so that made it somewhat okay, but you know, it was kind of annoying to see my markers drying out. And here I am just doing the carpet, and for that I just kind of tried to do some lines to try to show that it's a carpet. I'm not sure how well that was seen on camera though. Like, I was trying to kind of get a glance at it to try to see if it looked good on camera, but I couldn't really tell. So here you can just see that I did a lot of the background, but the thing is that I used 2 green markers, but both of those green markers dried up. Like you can see on the right side, there's a lot of speckling, so I had to bring in a gray marker, but then that also started drying out. So might see a bit of speckling there, but oh well, there's not much I could do about it because both of the markers were drying out. But with that, the piece is done. So I hope that you guys liked this video. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. That would be greatly appreciated. And with that, I hope you have a magnificent day, and I will see you all later.